Hey guys, I'm here to do an album review, and this time it's Korn. See You on the Other Side, one of their most famous albums, I guess you could say. It's considered one of their best. And this is their seventh album. It was released back in 2005, December 6th. Went gold in a year on June something 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 2006, and yeah, so I know this is like an old album, but it's definitely a classic. Korn. And if you're into Korn, this is one of the easier albums to get into. Unlike um, Issues, which was the first album I bought from them, and that was different. It was very slow and eerie compared to this one, which features more aggressive tracks with the bass and the lyrics and everything overall. There's 14 songs in this album, and I'm including the song "It's Me Again," which was on the second CD. If you bought the deluxe edition, I definitely cannot find the deluxe edition. I went everywhere looking for the deluxe edition. I just couldn't find it. And if I did, I mislooked because I looked in Amazon. But anyway, this album is pretty amazing. It's definitely a to grow album. You have to listen to it a couple times. I'm saying like more than 7, definitely. Just give it a good listen. It's catchy. All the songs are heavy as fuck. There's a couple that are really slow, and those are Tearjerker, Open Up, and Throw Me Away. Tearjerker is the ending track, and I honestly despise that track, but it is a good slow way to end the track, so it's kind of original, not original, but different, you know, to most albums or artists do, which they really consider the ending. Some artists really do consider the ending important as a whole, you know, start fast and then, you know, slowly end it. But yeah, Korn definitely decided to do that here. And then Open Up and Throw Me Away are 2 slow tracks, but they're amazing. Alright, they're super catchy, and that's just what Korn is. This whole CD is going to take you 60 minutes due to the fact that it's 14 songs, and yes, each song has like 3 to 4 minutes in length. Probably my favorite album so far that I've heard by Korn. I've heard Untouchables, Issues, Self-Titled, and Narcissistic Cannibal. So out of all the ones that I've heard, this one is my favorite one, and I've picked up the most singles out of this one to keep in my playlist. Every song that I haven't mentioned is great. Again, Tearjerker, Tenor Two-Way, Seen It All. They're horrible songs that I honestly don't like any of them, but every other song it's either, you know, really good or okay, and, you know, still good enough to put on your iPod. And that's how I feel about it. I would have to give this album more than an 8.5, like an 8.7 hit into a 9. It's not the singles, you know what I'm saying? Like, I reviewed Korn singles. This album came after the singles, so it added songs like Politics, Twister Transistor, and a couple more, which are gems now, you know, Korn classics, if you would. So it gets a higher rating because it's an album over, like, it's one single release. It's not supposed to be their best, and yet most of the songs in this album happen to be really good to be considered their best. So 8.7, hitting almost to a 9. I don't give it a 9 because of those 2 tracks, and overall not every song was amazing. I like the variety of slow songs, fast songs. Most of the time they're all aggressive, they're all original, they have their own little differences in the beginning or in the bass line. The bass, again, Korn's signature instrument. If you take that out, I don't know what you would hear other than like guitar strums every now and then. Yes, there are some songs that require more than just some guitar strums, but overall, bass is what's important here. Bass and drums. Singing is also what separates Korn from anybody else. I don't think Jonathan Davis is an amazing singer, but he does bring the Korn sound. Without Jonathan Davis, there would be no Korn. His eerie voice, his burning, screechy voice, it brings it to the table, especially his lyrics. They're very fucked up and amazing. And that's just what I have to say. I did not like the fact that at the end of some songs they have this like bagpipe outro. I honestly hate having to skip a song. I like to listen to it all the way through without having to whip out the iPod and skip it. And the endings of some of these songs I have a bagpipe playing for about 30 seconds or so, and I hated having to go up my iPod and and skipping the songs. It takes away from my full experience of listening to the album as a whole. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. This album is fucking great. It's a gem. If you like Korn and you want to get into an album, because I was afraid to get into an album. Not every Korn album is the same. This one is the one to go with. Korn is a very hard band to get into, but they give you some leeway with this album. Everything's likable, and then from there you can take it on to the next album. This one and the newest one, Path of Totality, I think are really good, easy to get into albums. Path of Totality obviously has that dubstep feel, so if you're not into that, this is your choice. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned.